Ball, what's going on? You know what it is. It's your boy, new week, new video. And this one is a special one because it's a special Victory Monday because it is the division champion Jacksonville Jaguars that is going to be hosting a playoff game this weekend against the San Diego Chargers. Now, let's talk about the game, right? So the game, Jags won 20-16 against Tennessee. Tennessee rested Derrick Henry, rested Jeffrey Simmons, in the hopes of, I guess, having those guys powered up for this game. They didn't have Ryan Tannehill, and I expected to win this game actually going away. I expected it to be competitive because Mike Vrabel, any Mike Vrabel team, he's a good coach. They're always going to be tough. But in the end, I just didn't think. I thought Josh Dobbs was going to be, was going to make them interesting because he's a mobile quarterback. I think you can have a worse backup quarterback coming in. And I expected maybe, early it was going to be tight, but I fully expected the Jaguars in the end to pull away. Didn't happen. We were actually losing the entire night. It was one of the more frustrating games from an offensive perspective. It was just a frustrating game, period. And the reason I say that is because we were expecting the offense to do what it's been doing, score 30-ish points, right? But the defense, while the defense has been playing well as of recent, has been the weaker link of the team the entire season. So when the game's going in the fashion that it's going, and you want to get the lead so that we can take Derrick Henry out of the game, but we fell down, and then we knew it was only. I was texting my boy Ryan. I was like, "Yo, the offense got to wake up because I don't know how long they can keep Derrick Henry in check." That defense was on the field far too long throughout the game. Derrick Henry, I think, had like 30 rushes. It was 30 on the dot. He ended up with 109, but no touchdowns. Never broke the big one. I was surprised that the defense held up as long as it did. Now, early it was a little rough because we couldn't get off the damn field on third down. They kept hitting us with trips right. They were taking advantage of Rayshawn Jenkins that for whatever reason he couldn't get over the top. Those are tricky situations because what they were doing is they were running rub routes, and the inside guy will be coming behind those receivers, and Rayshawn would have to be coming over the top. And he just never could get there on time to the sideline. And they did it like 3 straight fourth downs on one drive, and it was pissing me off. Now, second half, different story. The first off, the Jaguars probably woke up, scored a touchdown. I believe we went into the half down 13-7, and then second half, the offense just didn't do anything. At one point, Travis Etienne, I was wondering if he got hurt or what the situation was because we just stopped seeing him. It was a lot of Jermichael Hasty. We only ran the ball 10 times, and that's not including probably, I think it was 4 rushes by Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence ended the day 20 for 32, 212 yards. Was sacked. The O-line started to, show some cracks. Trevor was starting to hold the ball a little bit. And I just felt like offensively, Trevor kind of got out of what got us here. And I'm not sure why, if maybe the pressure got to him, but this was a total team win, thank God. I wouldn't say total team win. The offense left a lot to be desired, especially with Trevor. He missed some big time throws. We missed Zay Jones in the end zone for a touchdown. We fumbled a play, a little trick play option pitch to Jamal Agnew, which it was all I kept thinking about throughout the game as we were down and we were within like a possession or so. That's all I kept thinking about is that damn fumble is going to haunt us in the end of the game if we can't close the gap and get these guys to turn the ball over and whatnot. That's all I kept thinking about was that fumble. And what's funny is that fumble, if Agnew catches it, it looks like he probably scores on that play. Um, but I also kind of questioned the timing of it. Was it really needed like right then and there? That was sort of a play I would have liked to have seen maybe more at a tied game situation or even like we're up. I don't necessarily like I felt like that was a drive we kind of had to have it to keep pace and to kind of keep control of the game. But once that fumble happened, the Titans had control of the game, and it was up to us to kind of stick around, turn them over, play good defense, and just hang around as the offense couldn't do anything. So second half was a different story. We finally got the turnovers that we needed. That I got to be honest with you, I didn't expect. With Trayvon Walker played like a man out there. Now, I'm not sure if he actually got a sack. I'd have to look up the stats, and I don't see him listed for a sack. But in terms of he did have a tackle for a loss. But in terms of holding the point, especially in a game like this, when all they wanted to do was run it down our throats, I mean, there was one play that he got Derrick Henry in the backfield. In fact, I remember that tackle for a loss, and I remember thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? It was nice to be the bully for once, because I really felt like when he took Derrick Henry down, I was like, we finally have a guy that Derrick Henry's not bigger than. It's a small thing, but it was a thing. So to top that off, Josh Allen played lights out. I don't think he got a sack. Actually, I think he had a sack at the end of the game to end the game. I don't know. Did they record it as a sack? I believe that last fumble by Josh Dobbs was created by Josh Allen, but he also had the scoop in the score, Johnny on the spot, that really put us up and close the game. Josh Allen was a closer for us, and if you guys don't appreciate him, I sure do. I believe PFF put out a grade that he was top 5, I believe, and on that list was Micah Parsons, Nicky Bosa. Who's the other guy? Can't think of it off the top of my head, but I believe he was top 5 in total pressures. Now I know he didn't have the sack year that a lot of people wanted him to have, but I still think that's on the board for him. He still ended the season with 6 sacks, 4 forced fumbles. I feel like whenever we need a big play, he's always there for us. We gotta appreciate him more. I really hope we find a way to re-sign him, and I think there's so much more that we can get out of him, and I see a bright future with him and Trayvon Walker as our edges. I've given Arden Key kind of a hard time, but I also feel like he's given the team sort of an attitude. Remember, he came from San Fran. You remember seeing him come through with the boombox against the Jets or whatever. I think that's given the defense a swagger. Like they even though we have some holes, okay, we got some linebackers that are learning. As much as I love Rayshawn, he's not great in coverage. You know what I'm saying? So, we have some holes, but they play with attitude. They're always positive. They look like they go out there trying to make the next play. They don't get down on themselves. And attitude is a lot when it comes to defense. It's not going to take much for this to be a top 10, dare I say top 5 unit. I'm really looking forward to the improvements next year with Trayvon getting another year under his belt. We'll see what Josh Allen does, and to see how Tyson Campbell keeps growing, and to see what we end up doing at the other secondary position, because Darius Williams has kind of solidified that second corner spot for us. He's not the greatest corner, but he's not the void that Shaq Griffin had been for us. Now, he was active for this game. I don't remember seeing him. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But we'll see what we do with them. I don't expect them back. And I got to tell you, I think he might be better than Herndon, but he doesn't play in the slot. So, I mean, I'd be interested to see if they even decide to use him. There's a part of me that feels like they activated him, but didn't play him because you know, in some of these contracts, like there's guaranteed portions of money in it if for injury. So I don't know if that was a situation that played out, or if maybe, you know, they didn't want him to reach certain incentives. I know it's a nasty game when it comes to that, but the guy has been awful. So that's all I got this time, guys. Chargers, whoo, I can't wait. We beat their ass earlier in the season. Let's go. This is going to be a tough game. Let me know what y'all think. All right? I'm going to catch y'all with another video later. Peace. Be on the lookout for it. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Deuces.